Hey guys, so today we are going to be breaking down the free-to-play Super 17. I was about to say incoming, but by the time I'm recording this video, it's actually out already. So yeah, let's take a look at what this guy's able to do. So the most recent free-to-play character we got was the Metal Cooler, who actually I would say is very good. That Metal Cooler, I would put him up there right next to the yellow Super Saiyan Trunks that was free. Those two free characters were exceptional. I think you actually could compete with Metal Cooler in the top 100 in PvP. I feel like you actually could win with that character on your team, which is pretty crazy for a free-to-play unit. So I'm hoping that Super 17 is at least on that same level, considering that he would be a very nice help for GT if we actually had a really good start to I guess springboard the team back into relevance here with this character. But he is yellow. He is a melee type. It's definitely going to take a little bit to get used to this guy being a melee type, considering we've only had, I believe, like range type Super 17s. I think the green one was defense type technically, but he was more of a ranged blast oriented unit. And then we had the EX purple one, who also was, I think, a range type one. So this is the first melee based Super 17. All right, let's go take a look at him. This is pre-title boost. So he'll be, I mean, this is honestly pretty par for the course here with these free-to-play characters, right? What is that, 256, 257,000 strike. He'll probably be hovering around 165 strike defense, 168 blast defense. It's actually pretty decent. Can't really complain too much about these stats. These are pretty much what you would expect out of a free character here. All right, so he's on Androids, Fusion Warriors, GT, Powerful Opponent, and Event Exclusives. And don't forget the really strong Super 17 Saga. Wow. No, but his teams are pretty solid. GT, I mean, obviously, it's not a solid team right now, but the tag can be pretty expansive if they want to give buffs to it. Powerful Opponent has a lot of options now, and then obviously Android's decent team as well. Not very many options for Androids right now, but the strongest lineup is very good, right? LSL and then 17 and 18. And then now I guess you could put this guy in there as well. All right, so normal strike and blast. The blue card is the typical flash bomber, which is the AoE blue card. Major impact damage, 50% to special move damage inflicted upon activation. So there's a pretty hard hitting AoE blue. Okay. Then the green card is energy absorption, which is the typical green card that we have from the old green Super 17. Reduces next damage sustained by 20% upon activation, cannot be stacked. Absorbs enemy ki blast actions. The following effects occur when absorption is successful. Heals by 20%, 30% damage inflicted for 20 counts, and randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. This can definitely be annoying. 20% healing and destroying 2 enemy cards, that's pretty good. I believe the green one reduced enemy ki, which was really, really annoying. So I kind of would have wanted this guy to have that as well, but I'll take the damage buff and the healing. It's not bad. And then also the damage reduction seems to be pretty decent too. All right, so the main ability is Deft Tactics. Draws a strike card next. Heals by 20%, gains 40 ki. 30% damage for 10 counts, okay. Pretty short. Applies the buff effect to himself, nullifies enemy special actions, activation to cover 30 counts. That's like UI Goku, Ultra Blue Kaioken Goku. That they both have that effect. That's what this is. That's strong. That is very strong. And then cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. This is a pretty good main ability for a free unit. I'll take this. This is really nice. Okay. Z ability, we have 33% to GT, event exclusive or powerful opponent, strike attack and defense during battle. Alrighty. I mean, it's, if this guy becomes like a character you actually want to be using on a GT lineup, then he could be, decent. 33% to strike attack and defense is not bad. Emissary of Vengeance is the first sneak ability. 20% damage inflicted against Saiyans. Already off to a good start. That is a very nice baseline buff to have. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% damage, 50% reduces damage received. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Card draw speed by 1 level. Okay. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 counts 3 times. I don't really know if 5 counts is going to make a massive difference, but if you're like cover changing into a combo, then maybe you will save yourself from getting killed by like the opponent's ult if they can't extend the combo out, I guess. Applies the following effects itself every time this character uses a strike or blast card. 25% damage for 5 counts, 50% to key recovery stacking, and then -3 to strike and blast arts cost for 5 counts. This is a really good start to this character. This guy's looking pretty decent. Okay. Coalescence of Cutting Edge Technology is the second unique ability. Absorbs enemy key blast attacks when changing cover. Activates during assists. Okay, so that's good. This is the green Super 17 cover change ability as well. So it's basically a cover change versus blast cards. Think of it like the future Gohan cover change, right? Except the animation is a little bit different. The following effects occur when absorption is successful. Heals by 20%. Yeah, so it's basically it's the same exact effect he gets when you use the green card absorb. 20% healing, 30% damage, and then destroys 2 enemy cards. Applies the following effects itself if this character is on the battlefield after an allied attack ends. So this is the LF 17 and 18 effect. That's what this mechanic is. After he is done attacking, he gets this. Draws a green card once, and then heals by 5%. Okay, so it's not that crazy. Okay, I was about to say no way they do this again. Okay. Because this mechanic got a major buff thanks to the quick attack being introduced. You can quick attack somebody, and you get this buff instantly. And the reason why that's so overpowered for the androids is because they're getting a team-wide support buff for that. Like they were high when they made that. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. So this is going to happen when he enters the battlefield as well. Strike card, 30 key, and then 30% or plus 30 to strike arts cost for 3 counts. I like this guy. He seems like he'll be pretty good. The only questionable thing is tanking. I don't think he's going to be a good tank. Again, 50% damage reduction paired up with his free-to-play defense is not going to be that great. But he does have the extra 20% from the green card effect, so keep that in mind. So it could be a decent amount of reduced damage received, but I think this is definitely an offensive character. I mean, look at this. 20% against Saiyans, 90% base, card draw speed, stacking damage, stacking key recovery. He's drawing a strike card when he enters the battlefield, getting key back on entry, and then he has 30 counts of special cover change nullification, 40 key, draws a strike, and 30% damage when he pops his main ability. This is a really strong looking free-to-play character. I'm actually really impressed by this. This guy could potentially be the best free-to-play character that they've ever released, depending on how he does on his team. I mean, androids, he's going to have access to some good equipment on there. Powerful opponent, he'll have access to some good equipment. So I feel like this guy actually, could be a pretty fearsome character to fight here. I'm pretty impressed by this. Okay, nice. All right, let's take a look at the equipment. I believe we have some nice equipment to talk about today. Let's go over here and go to the equipment archive. I actually did farm already. I know that we already have the featured Gohan unique equipment, so we'll go over that soon. But we have this, what is this? So this is GT. We got Striker Blast, and then Striker Blast, and then 10% damage to powerful opponent for 60 counts. So I guess what you want to do probably is farm up 2 of these, and then farm 1 with just Strike, and then farm 1 with just Blast, I guess. But what, 30? This is 35% to offensive stats, and then 10% to pure against powerful opponent. Definitely not crazy good, but it's, depending on how the meta is, this could be good. Right now, this is actually a pretty good equipment because there's so many powerful opponent characters running amok, like Broly, you got Cooler, all the LOE characters, so it's not terrible, but it's not crazy good. All right, what else do we got? Is it just... oh, no, we have this over here. What is this? This is for GT melee types. Obviously, they want you to use this on the new Super 17. Health restoration, strike to 20%, and then HP to 10%. Not bad. Again, the health restoration is going to be pretty good because Super 17 is healing every time he switches into a cover change on Blast, every time he uses his green card and absorbs a key blast, and then through his main ability. So that paired up with HP and strike defense or strike attack seems like it's pretty good. Again, nothing too crazy. These days, when they make these normal, just gold equipment, like they have to be dumb to be used. Like using these over like awakened equipments or unique equipments with how many unique equipments are in the game right now. Like these have to be insanely good to be used. So this is, it's not bad, but I don't really think I'm going to be using this on my melee GT units when they have access to so much better equipment usually. All right, so now we're gonna jump into the unique equipment. I actually haven't looked at this yet. I farmed it up. I haven't even looked at it. All right, so let's see. Fighting Against Despair. This is, of course, for LF Future Gohan here. All right, so slot 1 is 40% to both defenses and then 20% to HP restoration. Okay, it's not bad. He gets 15% HP in slot 2, and then he gets 30% to both offenses. Okay, so far it seems pretty generic for unique equipment for a character like this. So let's see what slot 3... slot 3 is usually the slot where it actually makes a difference here. Okay, so the highest roll gives you 20% to inflicted damage, and the following effects occur after enemy attack is over. 5% to damage inflicted activates 4 times, and then restores ally health by 5% activates 4 times. So here's my issue here, and this is I talked about this on Twitter even before I looked at this. Future Gohan as a character released, it was what, last January? It was January of 2020. No, sorry, 2021. January 2021 when he came out. So he's approaching 2 years old. This character was like everywhere up until the release of the androids. The androids is really what put this guy on the ground, which is ironic because it's the character that actually killed him, right, in the show. And I think they actually did release the androids as like a nail in the coffin for this character. So I'm kind of confused as to why they released this. Like they released unique equipments for 2 yellow characters, Bardock and Future Gohan, during the most red dominant meta ever in this game's history. Kind of strange, but okay. The thing that made this character age so well were his intangible effects. And by intangible effects, I mean his support, his card destruction, his cover change, like the things that most other characters aren't able to do. The fact that he destroys 2 cards on cover change is still crazy good. Like that's never going to age. That is probably, I think, the path they're moving towards in order to make these characters actually tank like hits and stuff like that. Because if you look at the way that they designed Ultra Broly himself is not like the tankiest character they've ever released. He's able to tank thanks to his healing and thanks to the fact that he's destroying cards and lowering ki when his unique gauge fills up. So that really, like that card destruction effect with this Future Gohan, like that was really what allowed him, I think, to stay in the meta for as long as he did, along with the support. Because every time this guy gets hit, he supports the team. So looking at this, I think the healing is what's going to make, or I guess is what's the best effect that he's getting from this unique equipment. I think even with the damage buff, because he's getting 20% damage here, and then I guess the max damage you can get off of this is 40%, assuming you have the full 5 stacks of this. The issue I have right now, especially with how the meta is at this current point in time, is this guy's going to get hit once by Cooler, and he's going to die, right? So I don't really know if this is really going to help this guy, you know, in this meta here, but he does go type neutral when he's when there's a dead ally, right, which is very nice. He does seal cards, right? So again, more intangible stuff. Type neutral. He's sealing cards with his main ability and his blue card. His green card gives him, what is it, like 50 ki? It's a lot. Usually green cards don't give that much ki. So yeah, this guy has a lot of intangible effects that made him last and age really well, but I don't know if giving this guy just more defense and more offense is really going to make him come back into the meta. It's just, he needed other stuff, and this healing is definitely a nice addition, but I don't think, at least the way that the game is right now with all the red characters, I don't think this is going to make this guy come back into the meta. Like I'm going to use this equipment on the Future Gohan for his showcase, and the androids are going to kill me, Cooler is going to kill me, UI Goku's like, it's just going to be very hard to use this character just thanks to how the meta has panned out. So we'll see. It definitely is a very strong equipment though. Like all the stuff that he's getting, the defenses, like these numbers are high, the values are high, so that's good. But we saw with Jiren, right? We saw with Jiren's unique equipment, he was getting basically 2 instances of this, of the defense here, and he still gets crushed, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's going to really help that much, but we'll see. We'll see. But that, I believe, is it for this week. I think the other thing to mention as well is they did make an announcement in the news here. There's a big announcement coming soon. Yes, the announcement for the announcement. Thank you. But based off of the announcement here, it looks like they're going to be making the big announcement on October 18th, which makes sense because if we take a look at the calendar here, October 18th is 2 weeks from now. That is reset 2 weeks from now. So I think what will probably happen is that does line up from when we should be getting the next LF character. There is going to be a reveal. It does say down below right here, don't miss the next reveals and stuff. It's going to be big, so don't miss it. So I assume it's going to be the next LF, and it'll probably be a bunch of different updates that we're getting. We always get a massive update sort of around the Legends Festival period. So I think this will probably going to be that. They did also mention that they were making a bunch of changes to co-op in a separate announcement here. So I imagine that that will probably be in this as well. But that will all be packaged within the big update for this year, you know, sort of like end of year big update. So that's it. Let me know down below what you guys think of the free-to-play Super 17, the future Gohan unique equipment, and the potential big announcement we got coming up. I really do think that Super 17 is looking pretty good, so I'm pretty excited to use him. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.